Okay, so on page 39 in your packet, we're going to be talking about transformations first. We have two mini lessons that we're going to do today. The first one is on transformations. So the first thing I want to do is talk about what I mean when I say transformations. Okay, so what do you think transformation means? Good. We're changing something. So what I need you to know is that when we talk about transformations, we are going to be transforming all of the data. So if you think of a set of data, you've got 100 pieces of data or whatever, then all of them get the same thing done to them. Like you will add 3 to every piece of data, or you will multiply every piece of data by 5. Okay, so you will do the same thing to all the pieces of data. And then what we're going to be looking for is we are interested in how do the transformations affect center and spread. So that's what we are interested in first talking about, center. And what do I mean when I say center in this class? What are our measures of center? Nah, not that. Mean and median. The measures of center are the mean and median. Okay? And then we are interested, of course, in also how they affect spread. And what are the measures of spread that we use in this class? Okay, that one is the standard. The spread is the standard deviation and IQR. Okay. All right, so that's what we're interested in is when we transform all of the data. Now, I'm not talking about just one piece of data. That we'll do later. But if we change all the data in the same way. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate that with this little sphere that I got going on here and see if it'll do it. But let me first make a little number line. You don't have to do this because you don't have the little graphic to do. But we're going to envision that this is our number line. And we'll start out with our mean right here. And we'll say our mean is 0. Okay? All right, so let me see if I can move this thing now. See, that's what I was afraid of. See, I can't move my little picture around. That's annoying. Let's try just inserting it again and see what that does for me. Haha. Okay? All right, so there is our data. We'll just pretend like this thing is gone. Okay, so here is this is our set of data and all of our data pieces. And we have that centered right here at a mean. And we're going to say that mean is 0. Okay, so we're going to say that mean is 0. All right, so let's say that I add 3 to every single piece of data. What is that physically going to do to all my data? 1, 2, 3. So it shifts it up 3. So what is my new mean? 3. So now my new mean is 3, okay? So my new mean is up here at 3. Okay, very good. Let me see if I can move that. So then, let's say I subtract all 3 from every single piece of data. So then 1, 2, 3. So what has that done to my new mean? It's made it -3. Okay, so in summary, has shifting or this addition and subtraction changed the center? Yes, okay, good. So that's one conclusion we make. We say it changes adding and subtracting. So adding and subtracting changes the center. Okay, so we know the center is affected. Now let's talk spread. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate spread by spread would mean, like changing how spread out the data is. Okay, so here we go. Here's our set of data centered right here at 0, and I'm going to add 3. 1, 2, 3. Has the spread of my data changed? No, it's the same spread out. It's the same shape, the same spread out. So same thing, if I subtract 3, has the spread changed? No. So then that means, in summary, the does not change spread. Okay, good. Now, let's do this with the idea of, man, this is confusing. So, okay, so now let us talk about the effects with the multiplication and division. So if I have my little picture here, and let's say that we've got, our mean at 0. Okay, so here's our little picture, here's our set of data. So I am going to multiply or divide. Multiplication and division is represented, by dilating would be a multiplication factor, and condensing would be a division. Okay, so if I say multiply this information by 2, then let's see what it affects. How about I need to fix this picture right so that the shadow's on the bottom. Okay, so here we go. We're going to multiply by 2, so let's watch what happens. So that multiplied by more than 2. So maybe that was 4 times as big or something. So did the center change locations? It was right there, right here at 0. And then when I multiplied, look at the center. Pretend, that's this little piece right here, this little speck of light in the middle. I'm going to multiply by 2. Is it moving? Yes, it does. Yeah, but it is shifting over. I mean, it is changing from being in this vicinity to being in this vicinity. Okay, so the center is changing. All right, and then obviously, is the spread changing? Okay, duh. So, sorry, yes. So the multiplication does change that. So in summary, then multiplication changes center and spread. Changes center and spread. Okay, now we have a song on this, and there's some words at the end of the song that we're going to have to sing correctly, even though I need to re-record this and make it has words in it that I don't like. So let me tell you. This song is going to be to bingo. It says, when the data that you have goes through a transformation, addition and subtract, addition and subtract, addition and subtract. What does that affect? Affects the center only. Okay, so addition and subtract affects the center only. And when the data that you have goes through a transformation, multiply and divide, multiply and divide, multiply and divide. Now here's the line we got to change. On the video it says, affects them both. Now tell me what's bad about that statement.
Because there's 4 of the things that it can affect.
Yeah, well, what does them mean? See? So we're not going to say affects them both. We're going to change the words at the very end and say affects center and spread. So I'm going to re-record that later time. So instead of saying affects them both, we're going to say affects center and spread. So here comes our little song. If I can move this guy out of the way. Yes, ma'am.
When you do the multiplication and division and you stretch it, are you stretching it from are you setting it up on the side and then stretching it?
Yes, I'm holding this side straight and then stretching it. Yep.
Or is it like you're grabbing the corner?
So good question. Okay, so I hear what y'all are asking me. Y'all are asking me whenever I do this. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of holding this side right here on this edge straight, and then I stretch it out, in that direction. So see, I kind of see. Okay. I don't know. Did that answer your question about the stretch? Okay, so let's do our transformation song. Here we go.
When the data that you have goes through a transformation, addition and subtract, addition and subtract, addition and subtract affects the center only.
Okay, remember to change the very last line of the song.
When the data that you have goes through a transformation, multiply and divide, multiply and divide, multiply and divide affects them both.
Okay, so did you see right there at the end? Instead of saying affects them both, we say affects center and spread.
It sounds better too.
Oh, it does? Okay, well, there you go. Okay, then that'll be good. So that's our song for transformations. Now, let's go on to page 45 and look at a little bit of your homework that we're going to be doing. So here we go. So move on to page 45 and let's see what we got. If I can get there.